Good morning, everyone. I am meteorologist James Longworth with Dynamic Weather Agency, LLC. Today, we are going to continue to talk about that major winter storm system that brought significant icing and heavy snowfall to parts of the lower Mississippi Valley, the Ohio Valley, that's now moved its way up into the northeast. As you can see this morning on our current national radar, you can see some of that heavy snow and mixed precipitation occurring across parts of Maine this morning. Now, as we take a look further to the west, across parts of the southwest and places like New Mexico, we see some of that snow moving through parts of New Mexico. Well, that is going to be our next major winter storm system as an area of energy ejects out over the Rocky Mountain region, where we're going to see some cyclogenesis begin to develop, where we're going to see our next major winter storm system to develop across parts of the southern plains today, spreading its way across parts of the mid-south and the lower Mississippi Valley through Wednesday before shifting to the northeast on a similar track as our current major winter storm system that we were just tracking. But first, before I get into today's video, I do encourage you guys to hit that like button down below and subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends and family so we can help make them weather aware before the weather happens, because here at Dynamic Weather Agency, we are a weather ready nation ambassador with the National Weather Service, helping to promote a weather ready nation. So with your guys' help sharing these videos, we can help do that. Also, be sure to check us out on social media, where you can send us your weather-related photos and videos that we'd love to share in our future and upcoming videos like this. The link to our social media pages can be found down below in the description section of this video. You can also visit us online at dynamicweatheragency.com for more weather-related information and content. And last but not least, be sure to check out our Patreon page to help support this channel so I can continue to make weather-related content like this and storm chasing videos like you can see on our channel, and fund some of the research we have going on here at Dynamic Weather Agency, LLC. We have many different packages and tiers for you guys to choose from, with exclusive content, early access, and perks for our Patreon subscribers. Again, that link can be found down below in the description. Now, getting into today's video's headlines, first of all, we'll be talking about those current National Weather Service hazards, those WWAs, those watches, warnings, and advisories currently in effect. Then we'll be talking about that winter storm severity index. Next, we'll be talking about the current major winter storm system, along with our next major winter storm system. We'll be taking a look at those weather models, those forecasted accumulated snowfalls, and then go a little bit into the timing of what you can expect for this event. And then we'll be taking a look at the threats for some severe weather. Now, taking a look at a couple things that happened yesterday. Yesterday, there was a confirmed tornado that we were tracking a little bit yesterday on our Twitter and our Facebook page. We were talking about. Take a look at this. This is the snapshot of the radar of this confirmed tornado warning. As you can see, those pink polygon lines right there indicating a radar confirmed or a spotter confirmed tornado. Now, this was a radar confirmed tornado. You see that little yellow triangle right there. That as a TVS icon, as a tornado vortex signature icon right there. Now, as we take a look at the velocity data of this, now this is taking a look at basically how the rain and precipitation or winds within the storm are moving. So those greens are winds and precipitation moving towards the Doppler radar. Now the radar is located just a little bit to the left over here is where the radar site is. And those reds are winds and precipitation moving away from the radar. And where those come together, we have some cyclonic rotation. So this is gate-to-gate shear, and this is what we look for as a velocity couplet. So this is good indication that we have rotation within this thunderstorm. Now, take a look at this 3D shot I took of this thunderstorm right here. You can see that nice column extending down to the ground from that thunderstorm base. Now, that is that tornado that we were talking about. This is that radar confirmed tornado. But for us to confirm this tornado on radar, what we're looking for is this. We're looking at a product called correlation coefficient. So basically, it's looking at how correlated are objects to each other. So basically, how similar are objects to each other. So rain and precipitation, they're going to look pretty similar to each other because they're all going to be kind of this spherical type shape as they're, kind of falling, and they're going to be about the same size to each other. Now, we'll see a little bit of differences now when we start getting into hail and stuff like that. But now, take a look at those deep blue colors. Now, those are indicating basically less correlation between values. Now, that's indicating stuff as in like roof trestles, tree branches, shingles, 2x4s being lofted into the air by a tornado. That's what we're looking for, is this drop in correlation, because those objects are, very different compared to meteorological objects such as rain and freezing rain, precipitation and ice and stuff like that. Now, taking a look at a cross section of that correlation coefficient, you can see how high some of that debris is being lofted into the air, up to about 10,000 feet into the air. Some of that tornadic debris was being lofted into the air from this tornado. Now, this is from the tornado that occurred between Damascus and Milford in southwestern Georgia. Now, taking a look at some of the pictures we received yesterday, the picture on the left, that's from Kathy in Kokomo, Indiana, taking a picture of her back porch. Take a look at some of that snowfall they saw there in Kokomo. A nice 8 to 12 inches of snow right there on it looks like on those benches back there. And then some snow drifts in the center of that deck right there. Looks like over a foot of snow, which they were experiencing some very gusty winds within this area of 20 to 30 miles per hour. That was probably causing some of these higher snow drifts. Take a look at the picture on the right from Steve in Kokomo, Indiana. This was a picture we posted online on our Twitter too, showing some of that significant snowfall where they saw 8 inches of snow in their backyard of there. So this system did produce quite a bit of snowfall. Taking a look at the 72-hour forecasted accumulated snowfall analysis, take a look at some of those snowfall analysis. Nice swath of basically 5 to 8 inches of snow stretching across parts of Indiana, even into parts of northwestern Ohio and Michigan right in there. And you can see kind of where Kokomo is kind of in just north of Indianapolis in Indiana. Right here, the snowfall analysis, 9.4 inches of snowfall according to this. And this is probably subject to change as we go throughout the day with the next update in the afternoon. Now, getting into our major winter storm system, looking at those current National Weather Service watches, warnings, and advisories. Again, those purple colors are those winter weather advisories. Those pinks are those winter storm warnings, and those blue indigo colors are those winter storm watches. Now, taking a look at parts of the Northwest, we still have some winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings currently in effect for parts of the Cascades and the Northern Rockies and the Rocky Mountain region. Taking a look at parts of the Southwest, we still have some winter weather advisories, again, for parts of the Colorado Plateau. Now, taking a look at parts of the South Central and Central United States and parts of the Southern Great Plains, Lower Mississippi Valley. You can see places like San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Waco, Dallas, Wichita Falls, Oklahoma City, Eden, Little Rock, Texarkana, and Shreveport, all within some of those winter storm warnings out ahead of this next upcoming major winter storm system that we're expecting. You can see places like Lubbock, Amarillo, Wichita, Springfield, Kansas City, Columbia, St. Louis, all within some of those winter weather advisories out ahead of this winter storm warning. Even places like Birmingham and Montgomery still under some of those winter weather advisories. And we have some winter storm watches for places like Memphis and parts of northern Mississippi ahead of this major winter storm system. Now, taking a look at parts of the Midwest, especially around the Great Lakes region, we still have some winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings currently in effect over this region, kind of for some lingering snow showers and some lake effect snow, especially across parts of the UP of Michigan and parts of Lake Michigan still experiencing some lake effect snow. Now, as we move into the Northeast, Burlington, Portland, Manchester, still under some of those winter weather advisories, while northern Maine under some of those winter storm warnings with that major winter storm system that tracked out of the Great Plains and Midwest yesterday, now currently affecting parts of the Northeast, as we saw on our current national Doppler radar this morning. Now, again, what do those winter storm products mean? Again, those winter storm watches mean the possibility for some snow, sleet, or ice, and that you should be prepared. Confidence is medium that a winter storm could produce heavy snow, sleet, or freezing rain and cause significant impacts. While those winter weather advisories are kind of sub-warning level criteria, which means that winter weather is expected, so you should still exercise caution, but lighter amounts of wintry precipitation or patchy blowing snow will cause slick conditions that could affect travel if precautions are not taken. Now, those winter storm warnings means that snow, sleet, and ice is expected. should be taking some action now. That confidence is high that a winter storm will produce heavy snow, sleet, or freezing rain and cause some significant impacts. So now taking a look at that Winter Storm Severity Index, the WSSI, what components are going into this index? Well, taking a look at the first component, well, it's going to be taking a look at the snow amount, the amount of accumulating snowfall with this major winter storm system. Also is taking a look at how fast that snow is going to be falling, the snowfall rates. It's also taking a look at the snow load, basically the wet, the weight of the snow. Is this going to be a light, fluffy type snow, or is this going to be more of a wet, heavy type thick snow? It's also taking a look at some wind components, a possibility for some blowing and drifting snow. And if those winds are able to be sustained or with frequent gusts of 35 miles an hour or greater, this could cause some visibility restrictions with some considerable falling and or blowing snow to reduce visibility to less than a quarter mile. And if these conditions last for 3 hours or more, we could see some blizzard conditions or blizzard-like conditions in some areas. So that's where that ground blizzard comes on in. And then that flash freeze is the potential for surfaces to become ice covered, along with the accumulating ice totals with this potential major winter storm system. Now, taking a look at those WSSI impacts for day one, this is for today. Moderate to major impacts across parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas today with this major winter storm system. As we move into tomorrow, so you can see some of those moderate to major impacts stretching from basically Louisiana up into the Tennessee and southern Ohio Valley region. And then as we move further into day 3, we can see those impacts stretching all the way from Louisiana all the way up into parts of the mid-Atlantic. Still some moderate to even some major impacts due to some of that heavy snowfall and ice accumulation. Again, those minor impacts roughly equate to those NWS advisory level criteria with minor disruptions with none to minimal recovery time needed. Those moderate impacts roughly equate to those NWS warning level criteria with definite impacts, perhaps for day or two of recovery time. And those major impacts are significant impacts that will impact those even with preparation with several days of recovery time. So taking a look at our futurecast radar, we have that major winter storm system continuing to push its way through parts of the Northeast. But again, like I said, our next major winter storm system is going to be that system moving its way out of parts of New Mexico into Texas as this area of upper level energy moves its way, ejects its way across parts of the Rocky Mountain region, allowing for some cyclogenesis to occur. As we continue throughout today, you can see that area of energy moving its way into Texas. We're going to have that area of energy create that nice surface cyclogenesis as we move into the late overnight hours into the early morning tomorrow. Again, for your morning commute, icing conditions across parts of eastern Texas and parts of Louisiana, creating some travel conditions for your morning commute on your way to work on Wednesday. Again, significant snowfall occurring across parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, even into parts of Missouri. And this low pressure system is going to kind of follow that similar track to that previous winter storm system, as we mentioned in previous videos about that synoptic setup for this very active pattern. We have this nice high and big upper level ridge across the Pacific Northwest. It's allowing for these deep upper level troughs move through the central United States with multiple areas of energy moving on through that. We have this nice upper level high and surface high pressure system off the east coast of Florida, that Bermuda Azores high, that semi-permanent pressure system is creating another strong upper level ridge off the eastern coast of the United States. So these frontal systems are forced to ride up and over that upper level ridge. So we'll see this winter storm system follow that similar track, moving its way out of the south central United States into parts of the Tennessee Valley and the Ohio Valley region, moving its way into the Great Lakes. As you can see, Thursday morning for your morning commute, significant snowfall again across parts of the Ohio Valley, moving its way into parts of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, but taking a look across parts of West Virginia, North Carolina, significant ice accumulation again across that region, where we can see up to a half an inch of ice accumulation across this area with this next winter storm system. As we move throughout the day on Thursday, the system is going to continue to move its way off into the Northeast, creating some more snowfall again across parts of the Mid-Atlantic. Moving our way into Friday, again, snow conditions across parts of the Northeast with this major winter storm system with some lingering snow showers across parts of the Ohio Valley region. Now, taking a look at our forecasted ice accumulations. This is the National Weather Service's forecast. You can see a nice swath of ice expected from eastern Texas all the way up into parts of the Mid-Atlantic with this next major winter storm system. anywhere from 1/10 of an inch to up to 1/2 an inch of ice accumulations, especially across parts of the mid-Atlantic where they can see some more significant ice accumulations, especially due to some of those terrain influences along there. But take a look at the lower Mississippi Valley across parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, where anywhere they can see up to 1/4 of an inch to even 3/10 of an inch of ice accumulation across that region with this major winter storm system and some of those more milder and more moderate temperatures down there. That's going to allow for some freezing rain conditions down there, while those temperatures bounce between freezing and below freezing along that area, with some of that cold air aloft and that kind of inversion set up along that area that's going to allow for some melting of some of that snow into rain that's going to allow it to freeze on some of those surfaces. Now, take a look at the European model for forecasted accumulated snowfall across, over the region for the next 72 hours. You're going to see a lot of model discrepancies with this next upcoming major winter storm system. As we go through our models, the European model is not showing as much snowfall across parts of Oklahoma as we were kind of expecting with our in-house model. And then as we take a look, this model is showing kind of that swath of snow from Tennessee all the way up into parts of the mid-Atlantic, where we can see some snow accumulation across that area. Take a look at the GFS model. GFS model has got more snow over parts of Oklahoma, definitely a lot more snow over parts of the mid-Atlantic. Taking a look at the Germany icon, again, a nice swath of snow stretching from Arkansas all the way up into parts of the mid-Atlantic. Nice area of basically 5 to 8 inches of snow as depicted by some of these purple values in here. This is the UK Met. Again, this model showing more significant snowfall across parts of the mid-Atlantic compared to, the GFS model, looking more similar to the GFS model, as in where the more significant snowfall is going to be across parts of the mid-Atlantic. This is the Canadian model. A little bit more north track compared to the other models. This is the National Weather Service blend of models. Again, take a look at this. This model is depicting a lot more snowfall across parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. You can see that nice swath of snow stretching from Tennessee through Kentucky, with more significant snow across parts of the mid-Atlantic. And then again, we have that snow across parts of the Northeast and parts of Maine today, with that winter storm system that is continuing to push its way on through that region. This is the National Weather Service forecast for the next 72 hours. Again, significant snow across parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, nice swath of snow stretching from Tennessee through parts of Kentucky. And then again, as we move through the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, I'm expecting some significant snowfall across that region according to the National Weather Service. This is the European ensemble. Again, not picking up on any of that snowfall across parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, not as much as the National Weather Service and that National Weather Service blend of model solution is showing. Again, showing a little bit of some of that significant snowfall across parts of the mid-Atlantic, and then, of course, the agreements across parts of the Northeast with that winter storm system moving on through there today. Now, taking a look at the European ensemble's potential for snowfall over 3 inches. Again, Oklahoma, Arkansas, a nice bullseye for that. And then again, across parts of the mid-Atlantic, that could see potential for over 3 inches of snowfall according to this model solution. Now, taking a look at our in-house model for forecasted accumulated snowfall for the next 72 hours, we have depicted kind of that area of 5 to 8 inches of snow stretching across parts of Oklahoma and stuff like that. You can see that nice swath of snow moving through parts of Kentucky into parts of the northern parts of the mid-Atlantic into the Northeast. Taking a look at the Northwest, mountain snow conditions will continue. Cascades, Northern Rocky Mountain region, even some of the higher elevations and parts of Utah. Again, taking a look at the Southwest, again, we have seen some of those snow conditions along the parts of the Colorado Plateau. Taking a look at parts of the central United States, again, you can see some of that significant snowfall north of Texarkana and Little Rock for places like Fort Smith, in some of that area, 5 to 8 inches of snow. Nice big swath of 3 to 5 inches of snow, though, expected all the way from Elk City all the way up into the Tennessee and Ohio Valley region. You can see places like Evansville, Louisville, Columbus, even just south of Indianapolis could see some of that 3 to 5 inches of additional snowfall. Again, you can see again that area of 5 to 8 inches of snow moving through parts of Kentucky into parts of southern Ohio as depicted by our in-house model. Taking a closer look at the mid-Atlantic, again, you can see some of that significant snowfall. You can see places like Altoona, Indiana, Lewistown, and Pennsylvania, some of that significant snowfall as depicted by our in-house model, maybe another 8 to 12 inches of snow across that region, along with a nice area of 5 to 8 inches of snow stretching across parts of the Northeast. As we take a closer look at the Northeast, again, you can see that State College, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, in some of these areas of significant snowfall that we can see. You see parts of northern Maine getting impacted by some of that significant snowfall moving on through that region today with that major winter storm system. Now, taking a look at our threats for some severe weather, our day one convective outlook, the threat for severe weather is going to be very minimal. Marginal risk, level 1 threat across parts of southern Florida today. But as we move into day 2 and day 3, day 2, level 2 risk, slight risk for severe weather across parts of the Gulf Coast states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of the Florida Panhandle. As we move into day 3, again, expecting some severe weather, level 2, slight risk for severe storms across parts of the Florida Panhandle, southern Georgia, moving its way into parts of the Carolinas again. Again, I would like to thank you guys for checking out today's video. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends and family so we can help make them weather aware. Again, the links to our social media pages can be found down below in the description, and you can also check us out online at dynamicweatheragency.com for more weather-related information and content on over there. I'm meteorologist James Longworth signing off for today. You guys have a great and wonderful day, and be sure to check us out tomorrow for our next video.